evening, everyone.
We will call our Scott County Fiscal Court meeting to order. Today is the 22nd day of January 2026, and this is our regular business meeting. With that said, I'd ask you to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Let us pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before I ask Ms. Hamilton to call the roll, I will make mention that during new business, we will take any public comment, and got a few things to mention in new business as well, but we're also going to hear from J.R. Brandenburg and Mike Hennigan about an update on our pending weather and just a plan that J.R.'s got together to address roads, and Mike's also going to talk about what's forecasted and what's, it's kind of all over the place, but I think it's narrowed down pretty good where we can try to, just communicate to the community, what the forecast and outlook is, and then what the plan is from there. So we'll do that during new business as well. So with that said, Ms. Hamilton, will you call the roll?
Mr. Hostetler.
Present.
Mr. Jones.
Here.
Mr. Wallace.
Here.
Mr. Corman.
Present.
Mr. Ellison.
Here.
Mr. Pratt.
Here.
Mr. Livingston.
He's in route.
Mr. Culbertson.
Here.
Judge Covington.
Present. So with that said, let the record reflect that we do have a quorum and we can conduct business. First item for consideration is approval of the minutes from 1/9 and 1/15. Any questions or comments regarding in regards to those minutes as presented?
Motion.
Motion from Mr. Jones.
Second.
Second from Mr. Wallace. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Transfers as presented from Michelle and Stacy. Any questions in regards to those transfers?
Motion.
Motion from Rick Hostetler, second from Mr. Pratt. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. And that leads us to number 6, bills and hand checks as presented, as well as one additional hand check, or one hand check, better well said, Capital General, $20,000. Any comments or questions in regards to that agenda item? Motion from Kelly Corman.
Second.
Second from Mr. Jones. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. And that leads us to Jailer Broyles with a quarterly update. And he's shared some data for us to look at as well, and we'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Judge. Good evening, magistrates. Good evening, Judge. Bear with me. I've got a slight, had an injury to my mouth earlier today, so I might be a little bit difficult to understand. Regarding the third quarter report from the jail, if you want to go down through here with me, the physical plant, we had 2 major kind of expenses during this quarter. The first one was our fire panel. We continue to have problems with our fire panel. Now, our fire panel works, and this is the smoke detectors, the fire alarms on both sides of the building. But it is original equipment to the facility. And I'm going to talk to the budget committee in a few months when we're working on the budgets about replacing that. That's probably going to be $120,000, $130,000. The problem for us has been over the years that it's a proprietary system, and so there's only one company that can do the work, and it's a company that we don't use them anymore.
What kind of brand is it?
It used to be Johnson Control. It's now JCI. Simplex is, yeah. And we used to use them quite a bit, but I've slowly phased away from using them for a multitude of reasons. They were not treating Scott County very well, at least not as far as the detention center goes. But it's currently still proprietary to them, so we have to use them on that. And so anyway, when we discuss it in the budget, I certainly would be for us getting away from a proprietary system to kind of maybe an off-the-shelf, kind of where you can get off-the-shelf replacements for the system. So, but we sustained, it was probably $11,000 or $12,000 in that quarter with that system. And then we had roof repairs. We continue to have problems down here with leaks, and it's a flat roof, and I know that kind of brings problems just innate to a flat roof. But we've also got got another problem to where it's actually not one building, it's two separate structures kind of butted up against one another, and in between the buildings allows for precipitation and things to get down in there and then come through the walls, come through the ceilings, and so. But we continue to have problems with that. We're looking at some options to try to alleviate that specific problem. There's other problems with the roof, but that's just kind of an ongoing issue with the facility. We did replace the roof maybe about, I can't remember, maybe 7 years ago, 6 years ago.
I think it predates me.
Actually, I won't say you're wrong, Judge. I was thinking you were here. It was
What
American
was it,
Roofing.
JR?
Yeah.
JR's holding up two hands.
Probably been at least 10, 11 years ago.
Oh, well, I've only been there 11 years.
Darren, it all
Okay.
runs together after a
It
decade.
does, you're right, yeah, so I could be wrong,
Darren, you want
And I've been wrong before, too.
Right.
to, you want me to come look at it, I can look at it.
Oh, that'd be great.
I know the American Roofing guys.
That would be great, that would be great. Yeah, I don't know what kind of warranty we had, but we,
At least it's 20.
yeah, Dwayne, that'd be fantastic. Okay, yeah, I'll take you up on that, so I'll be in touch as soon as the weather kind of breaks. Yeah. Thank you.
Document that.
During this quarter, we were fully staffed. The inmate population, this is today's inmate population, is 99. Inmates housed at other jails, currently 40. We today let out probably 8 or 9. It was a court day, so our numbers came down again today. The monthly highs for, and that says April, May, and June. That's my fault. That should say July, August, and September. Were respectively 140, 138, and 134. The road crew picked up about 1,350 bags of trash during this period of time, 42 tires, 12 needles. They also continued to do work for the State Highway Department, Park and Rec, and Ward Hall. And the net device, this is as of today, is 58 participants. So the report kind of bounces a little bit back between present day and the third quarter. The other issue I wanted to bring to your all's attention and let you know that I was moving forward with is we have had the same phone contractor down there the entire time I've been there. The phone contractor, Securus, actually predates me being the jailer down there. And they've always done a good job. They've been very responsive to us and our needs. And we actually, the Securus tech for the area here, when we have a technological problem with the system, he lives in Georgetown, so it's extremely convenient. However, in the past year and a half or 2 years, they have experienced a wide variety of problems. They are not near as responsive as they used to be. We are not under contract with them anymore. We are, but it's month to month. And so the FCC has come down with a few rulings that has kind of changed how we can get any kind of benefit or at least help to cover our costs by them being in our facility and providing this service. There's a little bit of money, 2 cents per minute that we get currently on phone calls, and that helps offset administrative costs that we incur with dealing with their money and getting it onto the Securus account and that kind of stuff. But the FCC has started reevaluating the relationship that jails and prisons nationwide have with some of the phone contractors. Obviously, Securus, although it may be one of the biggest, it is certainly not the only one out there. And so the FCC came down with an order last summer, and then they've got an interim order that we're under right now. But that's kind of an ever-evolving, ever-changing kind of situation also. I think that something's going to be finalized this spring with that. But with the FCC kind of changing our relationship with the phone contractors, with us having problems with Securus, with us being month to month right now, and with us having been with the same provider, not rebidding it for over 10 years, I just thought it was a good time to go ahead and rebid it out. So with the judge and with Cam, I'm going to put together a request for bid or proposal for contractors to go ahead and bid on that in the next couple of months.
Any questions or comments?
Judge Broyles, I got a question about, I know you all have done work for Ward Hall for a long time. What's the scope of work that you all do for Ward? I don't know exactly what you all do, just curious.
So we do mowing and weed eating for them.
Okay.
That front kind of area to the
Right.
little bridge that goes across the creek.
Yeah.
We generally are taking care of that.
Okay. All right, thank you.
David Livingston. Let the record reflect that David Livingston is in attendance.
Congratulations on being fully staffed.
Amen, amen, thank you.
So how's that, is that, I'm assuming that's reflecting really well on overtime?
Yes, yeah, it is helping out a lot with overtime. And it's good just to not be wearing the staff out the way we were for so long. We're in a great spot as far as our staffing goes.
Retention pretty well, pretty good?
Yes, yeah, pretty good.
Good.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions?
So you were going to try to look at the fire alarm
Yes,
deal too, and then Dwayne was going to look at the roofing and,
yeah, and if I can share, I'm sorry, Dwayne.
I was like, Rick knows firearms is up now.
That's right.
yeah, well, with what you're doing, you're not going to want something off the shelf at Lowe's or whatever. That's,
Yeah,
You know,
I just kind of meant
I
non-proprietary.
mean, well, that'd be hard to do too, but it really is. But it's still, when you put it out to bid, all the guys that's got something to offer can show up, and which should be, you should get some good competition. So
Yep.
hopefully that'll drive it down, but yeah.
I hope so. And if I can share with you guys just very briefly, I got a phone call from a woman, a mother of a former inmate, beginning of the week actually, and she was just almost in tears with appreciation to Scott County for what the Net device has done for her son. Her son is getting ready to, he's been out of our facility maybe for about 6 months, and he's doing very well. He's not having any cravings. He's not using, certainly. And he's getting ready to get a full-time job at a factory, and she was just full of appreciation to you guys and Scott County for offering that to her son.
That's awesome. Great news. Appreciate it very much, Judge Broyles.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Item number 8, I would share that I shared this proposed contract from Brand Carroll for the Great Crossing Park project that we've discussed, and in some conversation with them, I would like to request that we table this until after February 6th. Monica and Pat Hoagland are going to attend that work session and get feedback from you all and narrow down and kind of, really try to get on paper what the true scope of the work and the project would be. And then we could talk some more about their proposed contract and any options with that. Would there be any questions about that? And I'd request that we table that. And Monica and Pat will be here on February 6th.
Do you need a motion on that?
I don't think so. Any questions or comments? All right. I think we'll have a better vision of what your all's feedback is and such after that, and then we can look at options there. Number 9 leads us to library board appointment. I shared with you all the 2 names that was shared with me from the Education and Labor Cabinet. And there are 2 names, Matthew Wagner and Bethany Thompson. Any comments or questions? Both are good candidates. I believe that
There was a preference.
preference there was communicated with Mr. Wagner with
Yeah.
the preference.
I don't know any of these, either one, but usually the first one is
Yeah.
the preference, so I'll make a motion, we approve Matt Wagner to the,
Second from Rick Hostetler.
I don't think we have to approve this nowadays. I think we just have to acknowledge.
We always have, but I want to know.
KRS,
yeah, it
well,
says
it's
it on
in here,
there.
KRS 173 still requires the fiscal court to approve, yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Noting the,
I don't know.
it's an unexpired term.
And Stacy makes a great point. This is an unexpired term.
okay.
It will expire 6/30/26. And that's from a resignation from the board. So this is unexpired term. So we've got a motion, we have a second. Any other questions? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That passes, and that's Matthew Wagner. Road Department new hire, Jeff Mudrack and JR. Turn it over to you all. I think we've got some good news here.
Just in time for this weather, right? Of course, they can't start right away, but anyhow. Yes, we had over 100 people apply for the position, so we were.
Stop you right there. 100 people. I mean, that didn't used to be that way.
No.
So,
So we were able to be more selective, obviously, when you have that many candidates. So it put us in a good position. And I think J.R. Brandenburg has picked out two really good people. They are Chris LeMay and Quincy Thurman. They both will begin on or after February 9th, and they both bring to us a lot of experience, one with 17 years of experience in the area and the other one with 25 years. And they both have their commercial driver's licenses, which is another big plus. So I'm very pleased with that. So Chris LeMay will begin employment at $25.15 an hour, and Quincy Thurman at $25.76 an hour. And the difference in pay is because Quincy just has more years of experience. And these two appointments will result in one remaining vacancy. JR and I will continue the search for the next person to fill the last remaining position. And so I have those two recommendations at this time for your approval.
questions or comments?
But they start on February 9th, right?
On or after, yeah. One might need to give a 3-week notice. So,
Okay.
or if by some chance the one of their workplaces says that they can just end employment now, and then perhaps we can start them sooner. So.
Okay, very good.
Like tomorrow?
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with it.
Any other questions or comments? JR, any comment from you?
What about the staffing? About the staffing?
And will the vacant be under the same pool of?
Yeah, we'll continue. We would have kept going, but we were trying to at least recommend two people for this meeting, and then we'll keep looking and present more at the meeting on the February 13th.
So you say there's still one staff position open?
Yes.
So these three openings, have they kind of come recent? I mean, is this people retiring or quitting?
There weren't any retirements. They were all three quits, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they were all three people who, one found another job, or two found another job, and I forget what the,
Basically, all three of them
yeah.
pursued other interests.
And I'm going to guess they were all three plow truck drivers. Two of them. Yeah.
One was in training, so.
Yeah. I just keep thinking about that where we've hired these, what do you call them?
Provisional?
Provisional. I know it's, I didn't understand it when we first started doing it, and I was kind of apprehensive, but it seems to have worked really good for EMS, really good for the fire department. I don't even know if you can do that with the road department, but I mean, to have somebody, especially with this upcoming, it looks like what Bill Meck said, it's 2 weeks worth of, before it'll be above freezing again. I mean, and snow coming again next weekend. But anyhow, I know we can't solve that with this, but
Yeah, JR wants to.
We do have a retiree coming up, and then Jeff has talked about that the 1st of April, so.
yeah. Well, it sounds like you got a really big pool. Would you still be looking in the same pool that the 100 folks, or?
We might, or we could just keep the position open and continue to collect applicants to add to the 100. So
You know, I'm sure everybody agrees. I mean, I hate it that it's happened, especially with our current forecast. So,
Let's deal with it.
thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Ryan, Pratt, Kelly,
I was going to make a motion.
I'll second your motion.
Okay, motion.
second by Kelly Corman. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you all. EMS travel, out-of-state training. I think one's going to beautiful Indiana, and where's the other two?
Wilmington, North Carolina.
Well, that is on a coastline, if I remember my geography
A bit better than
correctly.
New Albany, Indiana.
Yeah.
How soon are they leaving?
So the one in New Albany, that's for the SRT training. So there are 10 of those throughout the year. The next one is February 3rd. And I don't know if you want me to bring those back each time. It's just an 8-hour up and back. There's no, other than gas, there's no.
I would say this
expenses incurred.
request would blanket the
Okay.
SRT training to New Albany.
Okay.
Y'all agree?
Yeah.
And then the trip to Wilmington, that's two individuals are going up for a conference on mental health for first responders, peer-to-peer counseling techniques and that kind of thing. It's February 26, 27.
So those two individuals would hopefully come back with skills to
Correct, yeah.
enhance
Absolutely.
peer-to-peer counseling.
Judge, I'll make a motion on the SRT because that's going to cover the length
Okay.
of that.
Second, any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Now, would there be a motion for the Wilmington?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All right, I got a motion and a second from, Dwayne Ellison, a second from David Livingston. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Yeah, it'll be cold coming off the, yes, it will. That leads us into new business, and the first point of order is public comment in new business. I'd be happy to entertain any public comment. Mr. Williamson, how are you this evening?
I'm doing fine, yourself?
Oh, we're blessed.
I've got two issues I'd like to bring before you all tonight. I didn't get to put the one in last time, 460 West. I don't know who meets on that or whatever, but if we don't start talking it up, it'll never happen. I think you know that. So if you put your ear to the ground, there's a lot of people concerned about that road. I've got a 16-year-old granddaughter that's just now starting to drive that road. I went and talked to some of the firemen that's out at the fire station out there. They're concerned about the heavy trucks every time they get on the shoulder. And a lot of people drive close to the center line because they don't want to get on the shoulder. So whoever meets on that, I'd hope you, on the behalf of all of us out there, I did a brief with the PVA, just the people in the subdivisions and the people that just go on for it. There's over $210 million of investments we've made in that part of the country. And, I just wish that you all could try to push it down and get to it as quick as possible. The other one, have you all got any news on the wastewater issue with
Cam?
Yeah, we retained Strobo Barkley, who's representing the county. I had a phone call, I think, yesterday with David Spinard. We've retained an expert witness to testify about the design, and I think we're partnering with the Attorney General, who's going to retain an expert on the revenue requirement. And the Public Service Commission, I think Mr. Spinard told me they have issued or will imminently issue a deadline for us to file our pleading that we have to file. So that's getting ready to happen. So that's what I know. That's where we are.
So the wheels are turning.
Yeah, wheels are turning.
Well, the way I look at it, just for a crystal ball look, let's just say that we stop this increase. That's the first step. I don't think you ought to stop there. I think this company needs to be investigated, because they are multi-state. There ought to be some kind of a escrow account for each facility they own. I don't want me and my wife and the people that I live with, we don't want our monies to be taken out of our pockets and put in another facility somewhere else. If it takes so much money to run ours, that's one thing. But, so when you do investigate it, please do due diligence. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I?
David Livingston.
On 460 West, what I would encourage you to do is to reach out to your state rep and your state senator?
Done it both.
Because it goes into the road plan, which we have zero control and essentially zero input on. We can say whatever we want, and I think it's a 10-year road plan, or is it 7-year?
Still
6
7
year.
year.
6 to 7.
7-year, which typically turns into 12, 14 years.
That's why I'm here.
So I can assure you, though,
Yeah.
JR and I meet annually, and really we meet more than that with KYTC District 7, and every year we ask and talk about improvements on 460 West, and of course, we were part of the, before I even became judge in 19, one of the big projects that was in the hopper was improvements on 460 East between 75 and the Bourbon County Paris. And that project's been talked about since 1997. They've been, and it's hopefully going to be in construction within the next year, or let for construction. But I don't disagree with you. I agree with you that, we need to work with our Frankfurt delegation to try to help get improvements in the road plan. And, I talked to Tony Hampton about it today.
I did too.
Yeah. So we'll continue to beat that drum. Thank you.
But back to your issue, Mr. Livingston, you might not get to vote on it, but you can still, the old squeaky wheel is if we keep asking and keep asking. So that's who I am.
Thank you, JR.
Squeaky wheels.
Kelly Corman has a question.
Just on topic of that, is the 460 East, the side of Paris done?
To Centerville, it's completed.
I thought it was.
Yeah, and right now they're still working on right of way, but they've done design and utilities.
Some utility movement. I don't know how much, a lot of flagging.
Yeah, but they're out there flagging, and I mean I hope it goes, gets let. So with that said, is there any other public comment? Yeah, Mr. Holman. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, Dan Holman from Georgetown. And I just had three quick issues to talk about. For one, regarding transparency, and specifically the meeting packets, like you all have a meeting packet that you're handed out. And people have been talking to other organizations as well, like specifically the GMWSS. It would be great if we could have, like the city council does, publish those meeting packets, and I don't think they're published online. But yeah, that's just something to consider. Like it would be helpful, like just when we're sitting here watching the meeting, to have the packet to follow along with. So, and city council does it, and I think that's a popular thing. Like people like that, so something to consider. Then another thing to bring up is this ICE agreement that the sheriff's department has entered into recently. And there's a lot of people in town that still talk about it. And I think, a lot of people, it's kind of a partisan thing. So, it's a partisan thing. So Democrats in general are kind of mad about it. And I still hear people talking about it. And I called Jeremy Nettles and tried to find out some information. And I got some basic information, but I didn't get a real solid feel about the reasons why that was entered into. And also, I don't know if any of you all have thoughts or perspectives or comments about that or about why that came about. So the first time, this has been around for years, this 287G program, but we decided this year, and that's the only federal organization, I believe, that the Sheriff's Department partners with. So they decided to do it this year. And so that's just something that maybe, like if the sheriff could possibly be invited here to explain that, if you've heard other citizen questions about this, that might just be of interest to do, explaining that program. And then just one other quick thing. And then I didn't go to the interlocal meeting this week. I wasn't able to go, but this might have come up there regarding the Justice Center building that's vacating soon when it moves over here. Just in the context of the gathering place not having gotten the church they were looking for a homeless shelter, could that be, like that would actually make a good homeless shelter, at least for maybe a short-term period of time. If there wasn't something right away, you could put a lot of cots in there. It's made for accessibility and openness and space.
You realize there's a jail in that building as well.
Connected to the Justice Center building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just pointing that out for the public, so.
Exactly.
Transparency.
But it just seems like that might be a good place to consider for, housing homeless people. So,
And
just food for thought.
thank you. Would there be any other public comment? If not, then I'm going to call on Mike Hennigan to give us a EMA update, and then JR, a road department update about the pending weather.
Good evening. So we've been tracking this for 3 or 4 days. First came on my radar last weekend when Apple Weather posted that they expected 24 to 27 inches of snow this week. Better estimate after going through weather service and conference calls and such, we have a 90% chance of getting 8 to 10 inches between 2 p.m. Saturday and 2 p.m. Sunday. The issue, and I think somebody mentioned it, is that the polar vortex is setting up over the Great Lakes. So tomorrow will be the last chance to be in 30 degrees for at least 2 weeks. Next weekend, the high is going to be in the single digits. The low is going to be single digits below zero. Wind chills in 15 to 20 below zero. So whatever we get over this weekend, we will be keeping for at least 2 weeks. And, start looking at, the cascading effects. Temperatures down, people start overtaxing their heating. We start dealing with power issues. So that's all the things that we're getting ready for. But the first issue is going to be, JR's problem and my problem. How do we deal with 8 to 12 inches of snow over 30 hours? And then, respond to that. Make sure all the motorists are safe, the citizens are getting where they need to be.
And you'll do social media posts about if people need assistance.
Right.
You'll put that out on your Facebook page, and we'll share it as well. And any questions for Mike or comments? Mike? Yeah.
What about our warming?
I was going to say, I was going to ask about the warming shelters as well.
Gathering place was at 79 people last night. Their maximum is 85. So they do have a little bit of flexibility. We reached out to them this morning, and she made a statement about possibly not being able to assist out-of-town people that are traveling and find themselves in a bad way. We're working through that. If somebody's traveling and needs a warm place to be, we will make sure that nobody goes unhoused this weekend. We do have a 16-foot trailer full of cots, blankets, and everything. So as of this time, we're just going with our regular warming centers, the 5 churches that we're aware of, that everybody knows about. But, basically on a moment's notice, we can convert one of those from a warming center to an overnight shelter and, house the people that need a warm place to be if it's going to be an expended.
If we have outages or such. And then I know Sheriff Nettles, you all coordinate if you all are working an accident and somebody needs shelter or something, you all coordinate.
Right.
That's a common thing. And so any other questions?
Mike, could you name those shelters?
Church of the Nazarene, Faith Baptist, Sadieville Christian Church, Stamping Ground, I can't remember right now. But
I think it's a Christian church.
Yeah, Christian Church. All of them are pinned to the top of our Facebook page. They're always accessible, but we will do a specific post about, if you need access to a warming center, call these phone numbers, or if we actually activate one, what time will it be open, and you can just drop in from there. So.
Thank you, Mike.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mike.
Thank
JR?
you.
JR and I've talked several times as well, and my plan is to stay out of JR's way. His experience over the years and his team brings so much, and you all do a great job. But, can you just give us
Appreciate it.
an outlook of what your plan is?
Michael and I stay in contact with each other on this weather to see what each other's seeing, and we were on the webinar this afternoon with the National Weather Service. I've been watching the weather for the last 2 days, trying to figure out. Nobody really will commit to exactly what we're getting, but looks like we're going to get a minimum of 10 inches of snow. Not a whole lot of ice or no ice. Maybe a little more snow as of right now. Yeah, as of right now, we don't know for sure. And our team is going to get together. We've been planning on all this. We've been working on trucks for the last 2 days, making sure everything is good, tires, all the lights. We got salt spreaders, everything working properly. We've changed out a lot of bearings, stuff like that. We've put all.
Your planning's made sure we've got plenty of salt as well.
We do. I know. I've got a barn full of salt, so that's great. We put tire chains. We got emergency chains on all the trucks anyway. Drop down emergency chains, but we put tire chains in all the trucks and the floorboard just in case we need them. We've went over V plows that goes on our end loaders where we can open up roads at 2 foot of snow.
So we're ready to go, and we'll just see how it falls out and then go from there. But you'll have like 18 trucks on the road.
We'll have 16 with two spars setting.
2 spares.
If we need to use those spars, we'll have drivers. So we plan on watching a little closer. The way it looks now, we'll probably assemble about noon on Saturday, get everybody in there when the snow starts flying. And with as much snow as coming, you can't wait till it's all finished. We'll have to do cycles, continuous running, and get most of it off that we can and continue to finish up as it tapers off on Sunday. I plan on going tomorrow and stockpiling some groceries to keep everybody fed, because no telling what's going to be closed down, what's going to be open. So that's kind of the plan, and we'll be on duty till it moves out.
Well, we appreciate it very, very much. Any questions or comments?
Probably the biggest thing everybody can do is just stay off the damn roads, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
So all our sites or posts need to be about staying off the road.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen, but do the best you can.
We'll try to emphasize that in posts, and
yes,
Sheriff Nettles, I'm sure you'll help us as well.
Yes.
So, any other questions or comments?
You look good on TV. Every time I turn the channel, I'll see you being interviewed.
Oh, yeah.
You
Tough
guys just
job,
be
but somebody's
safe.
got to do it. Tough job, somebody's got to do it.
Hey.
Well, I worked around you for a long time.
You guys just be safe out there, JR. We sure appreciate you.
Yeah. So, thank you, JR.
Yes, sir.
We'll coordinate tomorrow with everybody and try to share posts. And JR, we might do a little video post with you too, just letting people know you're so popular. And, yes, we did. All right, just, Cam answered that question about bluegrass water. I was going to mention that, and you pretty much were able to share that information. This past week, I attended, and I think Rob Jones was there as well, and several people from the community attended planning and zoning public meeting about accessory dwelling units and cluster regulation ordinance. And just want to share that on February 12th, there'll be another public hearing at the Planning Commission meeting to take public comment on that and hear more about it. But, we've talked about these two items for some time. Holden has presented, and I think these are two items for your all's consideration that would be positive impacts. So that's moving forward. I had a letter of request, or I had a request for a letter from the Rural Land Management Board to just confirm that the fiscal court is supporting the Purchase of Development Rights Program and with a budget allocation for any successful USDA PDR application. So I'm going to forward that letter to the Rural Land Management Board, and they're going to work through that process moving forward. From the interlocal meeting.
Judge, can we go back to that real quick?
Yes, sir.
So, but I believe that is contingent upon federal funding.
Oh, it has to be.
Yeah.
And that's what I meant, successful
Yeah, okay.
federal funding application.
Yeah, gotcha.
So, yes, sir. I'm glad you clarified that. And then we did have interlocal meeting, and one of the items that was discussed there was code enforcement ordinance update, and Cam is going to be working with Emily and Devin on some items there. We had an update from Drew Beckett with Parks and Rec, and had a lot of good information there as well. So that was the interlocal meeting that took place. I have no other new business or any comment or new business from any magistrate.
Yeah, Judge, first of all, I'd like to tell Darren and Chris and all the department heads, I really appreciate, Jeremy's done really good about this, telling us how many calls that you're getting and how many runs you're making. That is really great information for the public as well as for the court to make decisions based on that. So thank you all. I really appreciate that, and I hope it helps. I'm sure it helps the other magistrates and you, Judge.
No.
The second thing I want to do is thank JR for his due diligence on getting some trees cut down on Fisher's Mill Road. This has been over a 6-month process of getting this done, and they were dangerous, and so those got cut down today on Fisher's Mill, and the people in that area are very appreciative. So thank you, and thanks, Judge. You were involved with that as well, so appreciate it.
Anything else? Anything else down here? Rick?
Yeah, do you have any kind of an update on the bridge on North Race Fork? I was up there Saturday, and it looks like they've got the new.
JR, can you help me? Because I've talked to Jeremy Johnson with Todd Johnson, and what I understand in looking at pictures and talking to them, you've got the piers that are in place, the new piers. They're putting gravel in, and then they're going to.
On the approaches and.
Yeah, and then they're going to eventually pour the
topping.
The
top
That kind of weather's kind of hindered them on getting the decking and everything.
the decking. They'll pour the decking, and then also the decking's where you would attach the guardrails and such as well. So it's moving, but it's just in process.
I'd say it's dead in the water now.
Yeah. Now, JR and I've been out to Mount Horeb 3 times this week, I think, and all the utilities are marked out there. We met with a property owner about getting permission to remove part of a fence to create a staging area to put a crane. And we also met with a crane operator and the demo people. They haven't actually started the process, but they're getting their ducks in a row, and we've been after them as hard as we can to try to move it along. I know that's been a long, drawn-out process.
Well, the North Race Fork, they've got the new concrete beams in place,
Yeah,
too.
they do.
So, yeah, it looks good. I knew this weather was going to hurt them, so.
And then Stacy just shared, this was already approved for advertisement, but Mike put together the bid specs for the storm shelter, but we've got it divided where you can bid on just the shelter structure, the foundation and footings install, and then also help me, Mike, the electrical piece to it. So you can bid on all of it or parts of it, and we're very optimistic that we'll have a better outcome. Bids are due February 10th at 2 o'clock.
Are they already on the street?
Friday. So, all right, if there's no other new business or no other information, we'll pray for the best outcomes this weekend and everybody being safe, and we'll communicate, try to coordinate social media posts and try to help any people that need it. So thank you very much. Is there a motion to adjourn? Motion from Ron Pratt. Second from Kelly Corman. All those in favor? We're adjourned.